Imagine stepping into your garden in spring and finding food already waiting for you. No seed packets, no replanting, no starting over, just a living pantry. Just plants that come back stronger year after year, turning backyards into fortresses. A fortress of nutrition that works while you sleep. Silent, resilient, and permanent. This isn't just gardening. This is a survival protocol for the new world. A way to bypass the fragile industrial food chain and build something real. While others struggle with annuals that wither and die, these crops remain standing. They are the silent survivors of the plant world, ancient, powerful, and forgotten. Today, we reveal the hidden giants of self-sufficiency, the perennial powerhouses. I'm showing you the plants that reward patience and keep producing forever. This is the backbone of a self-reliant future, a system hidden in plain sight. Stay until the end. The final plant is the smartest crop ever discovered. Most people fail because they rely on fragility. Annual crops are a trap. One heat wave, one frost, and your food supply vanishes. It's a house of cards. We've been trained to buy, plant, and repeat, a cycle of total dependence. When the supply chain breaks, the annual garden is the first to die. But there is another way, a forgotten wisdom used by our resilient ancestors. They didn't have supermarkets, they had living pantries that required less work over time. They understood that the real power lies in plants that refuse to quit. These plants are the foundation of a permanent food system. Let's begin the list. First, rhubarb, the heavyweight champion of resilience and early spring nutrition. It asks for very little and gives back for years, a permanent harvest. Once established, it returns every single spring unaffected by the chaos above ground. It prefers fertile, well-drained soil, but its real magic is its sheer patience. Plant it once, give it space, and it becomes your reliable old friend. In a world of fragile crops, rhubarb stands as a pillar of stability. Second, the globe artichoke, an ornamental giant that behaves like a food machine. Artichokes bring value beyond food. They transform the aesthetics of your space. Their tall structure and sculptural leaves create an instant visual impact. High-end survival, catch the buds early for harvest or let them bloom into stunning purple flowers. This plant says your food space can be beautiful, productive, and wild. For gardeners who want meals and aesthetics, artichokes are a genius move. Third, chives, the silent flavor engine that thrives near your kitchen door. Chives are simple, but simple is powerful when it returns every year. They support pollinators while feeding your table with fresh, continuous flavor. In a self-reliant garden, these small, persistent players are the true heroes. They grow in beds, borders, or pots. They ask for almost nothing back. The more you harvest, the more they give. A perfect cycle of abundance. Fourth, Jerusalem artichoke, the absolute survivor of the perennial world, tough as nails. It handles rough soil and dry conditions better than almost any other crop. Under the surface, it produces massive amounts of calorie-dense tubers every year. It comes back stronger next season with zero human help. It is unstoppable. This resilience makes it a cornerstone of true self-sufficiency and survival. You don't need a perfect garden, you just need space and sunchokes. Fifth, horseradish, a plant that is both useful and a little wild. Horseradish is for the serious grower. It persists and rewards you with fire. It spreads easily, so contain it. It becomes the easiest root to maintain. Some crops are powerful because they are stubborn. Horseradish is the perfect example. A little control goes a long way when the harvest is this valuable. It is the root of resilience, a permanent addition to any survival pantry. Sixth, sorrel, the leafy perennial that deserves far more attention than it gets. Sorrel is overlooked until you taste its bright, tangy, and lemony flavor. It wakes up every meal, from soups to salads, with refreshing acidity. It returns every year, providing fresh greens while others are still dormant. In a resilient garden, sorrel is your dependable scout. It's always there. It's not flashy, but it's reliable. And reliability is the key to survival. Seventh, asparagus, the legacy crop that makes serious gardeners think long-term. Asparagus isn't an instant win. It asks for patience, but it pays back. Once established, it gives back for decades, 20 or even 30 years. Fresh food waiting underground, ready to rise without a single seed planted. This is the plant of commitment. You're designing a future harvest system. For anyone serious about self-sufficiency, that mindset changes everything. Permanent abundance. Eighth, blueberries, the blue gold that turns gardens into berry factories. Blueberries bring nutrition, flavor, and long-term productivity to your land. Nutrition is power. They thrive in acidic soil and love a thick layer of mulch. Reliable. As they mature, they become more productive. A few bushes feed a family. Eat them fresh, freeze them, or preserve them. They store real value. A good garden should not only feed you today, but store value for later. Ninth, walking onions, the final plant that seems to plant itself. Genius. They form bulbils at the top. The stems bend and take root nearby. A fascinating example of a plant solving its own propagation problem. Clever nature. Use the greens, harvest the bulbs, and let the top sets walk further. Infinite. 10th, sea kale, a rare coastal survivor that brings unique perennial greens. It handles salt, wind, and poor soil with ease. A true survival specialist. Blanch the young shoots for a delicacy, or harvest the leaves throughout summer. It's a plant that works where others fail, a secret weapon for resilience. 11th, groundnut, a native power plant with high-protein tubers underground. It grows like a vine above, but the real treasure is below: abundance. These tubers were a staple for many indigenous cultures: high protein, high energy. In a survival garden, calories are king. Ground nuts deliver them in bulk. 12th, Good King Henry, the ancient spinach of the perennial world. It produces leaves, flower buds, and even seeds, a multi-use survival giant. It thrives in shade and partial sun, filling the gaps in your system. It is a plant of history brought back for the modern survival garden. Reliable nutrition. The secret is not just the plants, it's the layered system, the forest. By mimicking nature, you create a system that feeds itself. Zero waste. Underground, these perennials build soil health and a network of life. They work with the fungi and the worms to create permanent fertility. The proof is in the results. While others replant, you simply harvest. More calories, more nutrition, and significantly less work. The smarter way. This is how you turn a backyard into a resilient living pantry forever. A legacy of food that will keep producing for your children's children. It starts with one plant. One decision to step away from fragility. You stop fighting nature and start working with it. Everything changes. In 5 years, you won't recognize your land. It will be a jungle of abundance, security, and peace, a sanctuary for your family. Building a living pantry isn't just about planting, it's about stewardship, observing the patterns, pruning, mulching, and feeding the soil. These small acts of care ensure your system lasts a lifetime. Manage your water, manage your waste, turn every input into a future harvest. A resilient system is one that recycles its own energy. It becomes more efficient every single year. Document your findings. Pass down the knowledge. You are building more than food. You are building a legacy of resilience for those who come after you, a gift of life. If your goal is stability, these are your soldiers. They don't quit. They reduce your dependence and keep paying you back, decade after decade. If this is the kind of garden you want to build, subscribe now, because the smartest garden is the one that quietly keeps feeding you.